Hey, I'm author Kay Robertson of Exposing Lesser Demons. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to be wrapping up my 33rd year with the juicy tea and the even juicier reveals from Exposing Lesser Demons, as well as some reveals from the upcoming sequel. You do not want to miss this 3-night event. So if I were you, I would go ahead and subscribe. If you've been watching my videos, you already know. This video right now is basically J.K. Rowling telling you, hey, I just wrote Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I think it's going to be really huge, and it's available for free until January. If she told you that when you were in middle school, you'd be like, eh. But you know what? Now you'd be kicking yourself that you didn't go get a copy. So that's this moment. This is that moment right now. Go get this book. It's free. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. It's free, it's amazing, and it's not going to be free for much longer.
Exposing Lesser Demons. I'm going to pass that off. Thank you so much. While I have the mic, I want to say again thank you to Shelf Life Books, as well as Athena, who threw the first ever Pride Book Fair here.
So tell us about the book, Exposing Lesser Demons, and then maybe even give a little bit of why you wrote the book.
At the time of recording this video, I am still in my 33rd year, completing my 34th lap around the sun. But not only am I 33, but my life path number is also 33. Not only the most rare life path number, but it's said to be a master number. It makes me the master healer or the master teacher. People with life path number 33 are highly spiritual and very influential. We always tend to leave our mark. The number 33 it resonates with sacrifice as well as the end to a spiritual completion, and that is kind of symbolic of the life of Jesus Christ and how he was crucified in his 33rd year. Whether you subscribe to that or not, that is how the allegory goes. People with the life path number 33 are often trailblazers who take the road less traveled, which I have definitely done with my author career, as I didn't even bother to query. I decided that I wanted to publish, and I wanted to be an example for people of being able to start where you are and do it on your own. I am pretty sure when I decided I was gonna commit to writing Exposing Lesser Demons, I had about $80 in my account and a used laptop, and I decided that it was only going to take a Word document and a really great story, impactful, influential, and it has been. When this book came out and I decided to start talking about it, I only really talked to my friends on Facebook who kind of already know me in real life, and I also made a few YouTube videos. Even now, I only have 89 subscribers, so I still to this day do not know how the national journalist Noah Berlatsky found my book and listed it as a fantasy should read along with Octavia Butler, N.K. Jemisin, and Toni Morrison, something that you may not have heard of but should read. That was only, let's see, July, August, September, October, 3 months after I announced that I had published Exposing Lesser Demons. So I don't know if that number 3 was already significant then, a few years ago in 2022 when I released this, but it's definitely significant to me now, and it just goes to show how impactful it was for me to just try, just start. I put a lot of years in learning into perfecting how to write before I even did Exposing Lesser Demons, and it is a prototype in itself. So is it perfect? Absolutely not. But someone, a national journalist, not only took their time out of their schedule to read Exposing Lesser Demons, but they also then took even more time to compile a list to include me in to tell you that you should read Exposing Lesser Demons. So I'm still getting revved up on advertising this book and my series myself, but that is your proof that you should read it, and I am your proof that you can start where you are with nothing but a dream and make something happen, literally make something out of nothing. This was something that existed in my head, and I just followed the steps. I just did what I said I was gonna do, and that's how I decided to make this video, because this idea for the number 33 video came to me last year before my 33rd birthday, but I only had about 3 days before my birthday, and I was like, I do not not want to put all of that work on myself with 3 days to go. So here I am a year later recording this video, wrapping up my 33rd year. But there are more things that I want to do with this video as well. Before I get into the reveals to come, I want to remind you of some of the reveals that I've done in the past that you may not have seen if you don't follow me on Instagram and watch everything that I do. Even if you've seen the post that I made that I'm about to reference, you may not have taken the time to click the link in the bio and see what that was going to lead to. So I'm going to remind you of those things right here, right now.
In Exposing Lesser Demons, we follow Deanna, a 20-something single black female living alone in the city. She's a recovering addict and has recently discovered herself to be an empath. This would seem unusual, except according to the news, more than just she has discovered a new ability. She says she wants to experience an intimate touch, even if only for one night. But we discover her new power has given her the confidence to make amends with her dangerous ex-lover. When the two of them meet again for the first time in Not Long Enough, a chance encounter with the preternatural pimp sends Deanna running right into the arms of her non-binary ex-rebound. This delicious rebound definitely suspects danger, but Deanna suspects they know more about magic than she knows, maybe more than most. But who gets to satisfy Deanna after this burst of adrenaline? It is the best aphrodisiac, of course.
Number 33 vibe resonates with unconditional love. It is the number of altruism. It's the number of intuition, and all those things I hope that my career shows. And if not that, then these videos will maybe be a reference to. And before your first major reveal from Exposing Lesser Demons, another character, and some audio, I want to first talk about the audiobook and the audio recording process a little bit, just a little bit. I actually attempted to record this last year when I was in another time in my life, another energy, another relationship. I went into the studio thinking this was going to be easy. I put my money on the table, everything's paid for, so it's going to go perfectly, right? I even got to collaborate on this project with a prominent 804 producer, and I just knew nothing could go wrong. I'm not going to get into everything that went wrong, but I will say that the person I was dating at the time was there as well. And by the time I decided to scrap my project, it was because I had received the first chapter back and I could hear talking in the background, and it wasn't mastered, so maybe I could have waited for mixing and mastering, but I just was like feeling like this isn't it. I'm scrapping the project, and it was not. I think a month later that relationship ended anyway, so then it just became this really triggering audio. I do think I might share that on my website and link it in the description, so definitely check for all the links that might be in the description at the end of this series. But it felt right to start the project all over again, and it sort of felt like it was happening not because I wanted to hurry up and do the project or finish the project, but because I'm in a different time in my life. And I also, have this budding friendship with the producer still, and was like, let's try it again. Let's get back in the studio. Let's give it another shot. This time though, I don't exactly know how I feel about it. I know how I felt while recording, and day one of recording did not feel very good. Day two was significantly better, and they were back to back. So I knew that day two would be better before I even set it up. However, I still don't know, because I just kept being in the studio not feeling like the male voices were deep enough. I didn't think that any of the voices were differentiated enough, even though I had gone through different practices and exercises to make them different enough. I don't know how they are, and to be honest, I am strongly considering scrapping this project yet again. But I didn't want to make that decision in haste. So I have not listened to the section of this project where I am most likely to hate it in my mind. And it's been 1 month since I've listened to any of it at all. At least 1 month. Let me see. I recorded in June actually, so it's been almost a month and a half, almost 2 months since I've last listened to this project. And I think that's a good thing, because just like looking at an old photo that at the time you may have hated, in time, we can be a little easier on ourselves and turn off that critic and be a lot more in that vibration of unconditional love that we talked about with the number 33. So I'm trying to embody unconditional love right now, and I'm going to attempt to do that as I listen to it's definitely the most anticipated scene for me. It's the most, I guess, critical, because this scene is going to make or break if I decide to scrap again another studio session, another 2 studio sessions on this project and start all over. And honestly, as far as starting over goes this time, I don't have a clue what I'm gonna do, because the first time when I recorded and I scrapped it, I said, okay, I'll just do it again by myself and I'll be ready. This time I was as ready as I could be with those conditions, and I don't know. I have not quite figured out how I would go about affording to hire a cast to help me put this project together. I have considered some people who I can get on this project who might help me do it for free, but it's not easy juggling multiple people. And then on top of that, I feel pretty good about the female voices. It's the male voices that I'm concerned about. This is a scene between 2 male characters, one whom you have met, Laz, who has been banished from a magical Eden and is ready to embrace his next leg of adventure on the outside world, as someone who knows about magic but isn't seeing a lot of it around him until very, very recently again. Having a conversation with someone who doesn't really know about magic at all, but knows very well about the recalled prescription drug that has a side effect that causes mind control. So this is highly anticipated. Without further ado, from the 3rd chapter of Exposing Lesser Demons, the conversation with Q and Laz, that is the reason for the title of this chapter, by Bread Alone.
I know I said without further ado, but one quick thing. So I'm in the car in the middle of the night, right, editing this video, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to record my live reaction to listening to this and reveal the character as well who's speaking. But I need to confess really quick, because I think this takes from it a little bit and I want to be authentic. After I, literally immediately after I recorded the segment that you just watched, plus similar segments for the next 2 videos, I finished that, wrapped that up, and I'm talking to my cousin and critique partner whom I live with, and I'm telling him, first of all, it didn't even dawn on me, he went to school to be an actor and a director. His degree is in directing, I believe, but his passion is acting, and it didn't dawn on me to ever ask him to do the voices of the males in my story. So that same day after I recorded that last segment, I asked him, and he said he would most likely be into it. It's not a firm yes, but it's as good as a firm yes. So I'm going to send him some lines in a couple of weeks, and although his mind is elsewhere, I might actually be able to get him in the room to record this project. I just have to figure out the details on that. But since we're here, we may as well just do it. So let's try to capture my live reaction, because this is the chapter I've been avoiding listening to if I did not say that already. So let's do it.
By Bread Alone. Laz needed almost an entire day of sleep to recover, and more food than the man's tiny kitchen had to offer. When he finally rose, he called an old connect and promised double the money if he could bring him a couple of burgers and fries, along with whatever he could provide for him to chase the high with. Funny thing, the fix did not last long outside of the magical paradise as it did inside. Laz still had not recovered enough to get groceries, let alone go outside corpse collecting. While he waited for his delivery, he sat down to eat a bowl of cereal and water. It gave him just enough strength to peruse conspiracies online while listening to local news. With what he had seen, he could believe anything. Another hour passed, maybe 2. Laz dozed and the knock on the door woke him up again.
What up, man?
What's up? Q entered Laz's new place and, just like old times, did not bother asking about it, knowing he may never see Laz in it again.
I got something good for you.
Q handed him a bag of greasy takeout and dropped his backpack on the once valuable sofa that now displayed a lifetime of use. I ain't heard from you in a minute. Thought you was hit, man. Laz could not explain the year he had so easily, so he sighed and replied, Yeah, man, I've been gone, just keeping a low profile, you know. I feel you. Take a look around. He gestured to his pack of felonious merchandise. I got everything. Just give me half of your best green. Dealer's choice. That's it? You okay? Q questioned. Yeah, I've been clean a while now, Laz said, uncomfortable. Oh, man, that's cool. I only f with Herb, too. I just sell the rest of this shit to get by. I plan to finish school debt-free. Smart. Hell yeah, and my girl pregnant now, too, Q said with a smile plastered on his face and joy in his eyes. Wow, man. Congrats. Thanks. I'm trying to get us a spot, stop renting. You got kids? Nah, not yet. Laz trusted this dude with his money and drugs, but he had not yet told anyone of the son that the prophetess foresaw. Seems like it's as expensive as they say, but my plan's still the same. Make this money, don't let it make me. You know, so I sell everything now, man. Laz laughed. I'm for real. I do your roundup too. He handed Laz a half ounce of grass. Word. I've been looking to get fresh. Meeting up with my ex soon. I can't be looking any kind of way.
So y'all just heard that. Please tell me what you thought in the comments, especially because I want to know if you agree with my thoughts or not. I haven't said them yet, but I kind of want you to have your opinions before you're influenced by mine. But what I am thinking, if you couldn't already tell, is like, thank goodness somebody is willing to redo those voices for me. But I am really pleased with my narration in that segment. That really surprised me. Like, I haven't heard it in 2 months as of the time of posting this video. So that was pretty solid narration wise. Some moments, like there was one line, literally one line, and I think you probably saw that I reacted positively in that moment, but I was like, that actually sounds pretty good. Like, no, I don't sound like a AMAB person, but I do think that is passable even as a woman doing a male's voice. So pleased with that section. And if I had like all the time in the world to record it, which I'm like, if I can figure out, I think I can, if I can figure out how to record it myself, I will have all the time in the world. I can do that voice again, and make them different enough. But in that take, with putting money on the table, dollars per hour, I have only this amount of time to get it right. I don't think it would be a good idea for me to do both male voices, either of those two males anyway, because they just need to sound like generic sort of black men, and they need to also sound different, and I don't think I can do that. Versus I have 2 characters later that are assigned male at birth. I can confidently do both of those voices because they're such unique voices. There's a final one that I might be able to do, I might not. Maybe I need to phone a friend on that one. But as far as those 2, Q and Laz, the most important male voices, cis male voices in this entire, at least in this entire book, I need to either hire out for the voices, or I need to figure out how to engineer the audio myself. So yeah, but I'd love your opinion. So please, please, please let me know what you think. Thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in, and please know my birthday is coming up, and my only wish from you is that you like, subscribe, and share this video with an interested reader. But of course, if you want a gift for myself and you, I would go and get a copy of Exposing Lesser Demons. Of course, I will link it in the description. The hardback copy with the book wrap is available at KNRobertson.com, but you may also be able to get it at your favorite retailers if you want to go ahead and Google Exposing Lesser Demons right now.